To Beer Geek Beer Reviews, and today I am sitting here. I'm just playing with my phone at the moment. I'm sitting here, had to do a secondary review for this beer, only because of the fact that for some reason my people were reporting it to me that it was just gone. The review was just gone. So here's a secondary look at the newly canned release version of New Albion Brewing Company's New Albion Ale. I'll tell you right here, right now, this is one of the best nostalgic ales on the market today. I don't care, who you are. If you're an old craft beer enthusiast, if you know this beer at all, then you do know for a fact that it was one of the founding craft beers. And I even wanted to show off. I have one of the original. If this is the original run for the beer annual beer books, that is the founder right there as the old photo. I will also show off that what originally got this started again was the name was floating around on the copyright, and then once it got released after so many years, Jim Koch went ahead and bought it back up and wanted to redo this beer, and he brought Jack out to Boston, rebrewed this beer, and this was the initial release from the Boston Beer Company. As you can see, same style Boston beer labels, especially up here with all the writing on it throughout the early 2000s, mid 2000s. Gives you a little tidbit of information. Also gives you Jim's signature right there as a brewer and founder of Samuel Adams. Still, I kept this bottle as well because not only, number one, it was from Sam Adams, and everybody knows that I am a huge fan. Yes, I am a huge fan of Samuel Adams, but I am a huge fan of the New Albion. I did myself, I was lucky enough to get to meet his daughter Renee. She is here in Ohio. She is also the one that now has the name for the New Albion Ale and the New Albion Brewing Company, and she has gotten together with Platform Beer Company out of Cleveland, and they are now re-releasing this beer. I know it has been on tap for a little while up in Cleveland, but I just haven't been able to get up there. Other than that, let's go ahead and assess, shall we? Because we know, as you can see, yes, you can even see my tree in the background, but this is an unfiltered ale. Kind of nostalgic because of the fact that most ales back then were a little unfiltered. It did pour with much larger head. It's just over talking, me. I'd like to ramble. The head has dissipated a little bit. I mean, you can definitely get this crackery malt aroma, but you're also getting a lot of citrusy hops. It is very drinkable. As I believe this comes in at like 6%. Yeah, I believe I mentioned this on my original review. That has to change. I mean, just having this little bitty tiny ALC by VOL and then the little tiny 6%. No. If you don't want to put it on the side, I would definitely. You got other information back here on the. I would put it, right here, and make it a little bit bigger. I mean, at least, brewed and packaged by Platform Beer Company in Cleveland, Ohio. I mean, at least people could read it right there. Other than that, packaging is awesome. I love that that little label right there, with the ship there. I love it. It's almost like the original. I do like this. I've been looking up some of the original bottles as well, but that is the same type of design, just reformatted just a hair. Still, I love it. Love the artwork. I love the beer. And the beer is very, very good. 6% alcohol by volume. I don't really recall the IBUs at the moment, but as always, every time I have this beer, I can't get enough of it. It is definitely a good. I would even call it a session beer, even though I dislike the word session nowadays. But 6%, middle of the road. This is not a bad beer by no means. Again, the biscuity malt quality kind of, follows over, but the hops, they're kind of taking over. It's almost like a lemongrass, kind of like a, it's nice and herbal. Got a little bit of zesty spice in there as well. Overall, again, just a very, very good high quality beer. And it's stood the test of time. And since Jack started originally brewing it, now his daughter has taken over. So if you get up to platform, if you happen to see Renee while you're up there, tell her, Beer Geek Beer Review said hi. I'm sending you guys up there. If you guys can get into our neck of the woods, I would definitely get out there and check it out. Platform has a lot of good beer as well. So, go up there, tell them all I sent you up there. Direct them over to this review. I'm going to direct this review also straight over to Renee myself. And I will see you guys again later, man. Peace, Produce, and as always, rate, comment, subscribe. And if you guys have had this beer, I know a lot of you have had this beer. It is a very old world or old style beer. Nowadays, we can almost call it that now. Because it's one of the original. And as one of the original, give it its proper respect. Peace. I'll see you guys again later, man.